Welcome, everyone. I'm Damon Bruce, and this is the NBA on 2K Sports. Friday.
We'll see the Dallas Mavericks and the Portland Trail Blazers. Buckle yourselves in, everybody. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, and here with Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan. So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. Shawn Marion and Dirk Nowitzki, the forwards. Collison is out there with Mayo, and it's Kaman in at the 5 down low. And for the Trail Blazers, Matthews and Batum on the perimeter. Dixon is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge, and it's Lillard in at the 1 spot. So the Portland Trail Blazers able to put the first points up on the board. Collison kicks to Mayo. Shoots over Lillard, and there's O.J. Mayo on the assist by Collison.
And Rick Carlisle, head coach of the Mavericks, actually coached previously in Detroit and Indiana. And, you know, he won the Coach of the Year in his very first season as a head coach, 2002 with Detroit.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And going back to Rick Carlisle's time in Detroit, he'd gotten them as far as the conference finals in his second season, but was shown the door just prior to their championship year in 2004.
Yeah, the Pistons won the title the next year, so a move that obviously was justified, but a strange move nonetheless. Rick Carlisle had plenty of success, but that's the NBA. Coaches get blamed for everything, and to Carlisle's credit, he just moved on, kept working, and has had tremendous success ever since.
That's a quick foul to pick up here in the opening quarter. Well, Darren Collison, the speed merchant out of UCLA, a scoring point guard, the son of 2 track stars. Boy, he's got quickness. He can't run away from that DNA.
Going back to Darren Collison, Clark, not just a speedster, he's a steady outside shooter, too. That makes him tough to handle.
Yeah, and I think, guys, the key for him is the development as a playmaker. You know, we know he can score. He's a scrappy defender. But that's where Collison can continue to grow.
The Mavericks shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
Now, this club shot 77% as a team last year. Good, not spectacular, but solid.
And you can't take those numbers lightly, fellas. I mean, their free throw shooting made a difference for them in a lot of their games last season.
Now, here's Lillard. This is Dixon. Darren Collison pulls it in. Dallas has come out of the gates quickly. It's a 3-point game. Marion. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Well, Shawn Marion still is an amazing athlete, even in his mid-30s. So quick off his feet, and he can play either the 3 or the 4 position. And a versatile defender. Excellent team player.
Nolan Smith's checked in for Portland. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Kevin, I had a chance to talk to head coach Rick Carlisle. He talked about the respect he has for the game of LaMarcus Aldridge and how tough it will be for them to slow him down, saying Aldridge is tough because he can score facing up or with his back to the basket. And with his length, it's tough to bother his shot. We'll look to deny him the ball when we can and just try to make it as hard as possible every touch. Kevin, we'll see how successful they are.
Thanks, Doris.
And guys, I think the key for Marion being able to play the 3 or 4 position is he's a terrific rebounder for a small forward. So you can play him at the 4 in the small ball situation and not lose too much on the glass. That's valuable when you have a small forward that rebounds like a power forward.
Here's Mayo following the basket by LaMarcus Aldridge. Collison the pass to Nowitzki. Fades back. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. Collison's got his 3rd assist on the night. Dixon, a screen on Collison. Smith dishes to Dixon. Outside, Batum. Trailblazers moving the ball around. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Smith. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
And you know, looking at J.J. Hickson, he spent 1 year at North Carolina State, and you can really see how much muscle he's put on his frame since he came into the NBA. He's really filled out nicely, and he's got a pretty powerful body for a big guy.
The pass to Marion. There's the dish to Kaman. Back to Marion. Batum with the steal. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. At the drop step, and that is good. Batum's got his first bucket in this one.
And Hickson is a good rebounder, still learning how to maximize his talents, but he's a big, strong, athletic format, got a lot of potential.
And it's Kaman missing. The Trailblazers have gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. Smith with it, picked up by Collison. And Batum kicks to Aldridge. Kaman's there. Jumps up. And that one's good. Aldridge has got his second basket of the game.
Excellent execution of the plan there. You know, the West can be a real difficult conference to navigate. And even though they were coming off a title run, the Mavericks had a lot of trouble finishing over 500 within the conference.
Portland leading. Great offensive performance they're putting on.
You see the benefit of knocking down baskets consecutively because it leads to the confidence growing and growing, doesn't it, Steve?
It sure does, and now it's to the point where they just feel unstoppable.
And you see it with the West. The first step is just to make it into the playoffs, which the Mavs did. And once there, they felt that anything can happen. Unfortunately, they got swept. But, Steve, I guess that was the thing about last year, just getting healthy into the playoff picture.
Yeah, but what was interesting about that sweep against Oklahoma City, Kevin, was that Dallas really should have won the first 2 games on the road in Oklahoma City. But close games, close losses, and then everything sort of slipped away from there. That's the kind of defense required when he's got the ball near the hoop. And they were right in his face.
Mayo against Smith. Aldridge sets up the pick now for Smith. Kicks it to Hickson. Aldridge left side. Over Nowitzki. And Aldridge the basket on the assist by Hickson. And it's 6 points for Aldridge.
You just can't let him get that close to the hoop.
Collison the pass to King. And he draws body contact. Looked like a blocking foul, and he was in the shooting motion. He'll head to the free throw line.
You know, Chris Kaman is a skilled 7-footer. I think very underrated as a player. He can rebound, defend, block shots, has some good post ability offensively as well. Ambidextrous around the rim.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Leonard's checked in. Now here's Matthews. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. And that one's good by Aldridge. Mavericks trailed by 4. Outside Collison. Pass to Nowitzki. Open look. And the jumper falls for him. Nowitzki's got his second bucket of the night. And going back to Chris Kaman, it's tough to find good centers in this league, isn't it, Clark? My goodness.
Yeah, it's really hard because big guys either have 1 or 2 skills or are lacking in many skills. And Kaman is a well-rounded player. He can block shots. He can score the ball with both hands. He's got a nice touch. He's tough. Those guys that bring his size and skill level are coveted players in this league.
Mavericks making a switch here. Rand's checked in. Double team on Aldridge. And Matthews gets it to go in on the assist by Aldridge.
Good work turning that into an easy 2-point. He can attack the rim as well as anybody.
The Mavericks have gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. Collison kicks to Murray. Nowitzki, Aldridge is covering, fades and shoots. Nowitzki, no good.
Typically, he's pretty dependable on those open jump shots.
Smith against Brand. Smith dishes to Leonard. Back to Smith. Smith right side. Up top Leonard. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Aldridge drives in. Again, the Trailblazers good for 2.
And he will punish an opponent for giving him that much room from mid-range. He'll hit that all day.
Outside Collison. And there's the feed to Mayo. Shot from 16. The shot's good. Collison making the play. Collison's got his 4th assist in this one. Collison against Smith. Smith off a pick from Leonard. Spins to the middle. Offensive rebound. And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
Mavericks making a switch here. Lillard's checked in.
Well, with the Blazers for many years, Portland didn't even worry about the luxury tax. But because of the new CBA, there's a much stricter rule on the luxury tax, and it looks to me like the Blazers will have to make some adjustments.
Brand kicks to Mayo. Three-pointer. It's rebounded by Leonard. Leonard's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Lillard with it. West is there. Leonard, no luck. Yeah, the CBA, as you brought up, Steve, trying to limit the spending of teams that have big money. It might take, a while for them, Clark, to get used to these new rules and abide by them.
Yeah, well, on more than one occasion, Kevin, they were able to just buy up picks and take on contracts in an effort to try to quickly improve their team, but I think those days are over.
Out to West. He feeds it to Mayo. Passes it to Carter. Front pass the arc. Good.
Even when they're D'ing him up, I mean, he's a very good shooter from out there.
Trailblazers leading by 3. Leonard with the screen on West. Lillard with it. He's picked up by Brand. Lillard, the pass to Aldridge. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. West has got his 3rd rebound on the night. Mayo, and it's blocked. They retain possession. And Marion gets it to go. And now just a 1-point Trailblazer lead.
This has been a strong statement by them, the way they've come out and attacked the glass early.
Yeah, I agree, Clark. I love the physical play, the fact that they're taking the game right to their opponents.
He kicks it to Carter over Batum. And it's Carter again missing. Lillard with it. Aldridge sets up the pick now for Lillard. Outside, Batum. Nailed from three-point land. Batum's got 5 now.
Tell you, they might have to make a defensive adjustment. They can't give him that kind of a look from beyond the arc.
West dishes to Carter. Marion outside. Marion gets the screen from Brand. Fires for 3. And it's Carter again missing.
Kind of rare to see him come up empty on a wide open look.
Lillard with it. West is there. Leonard kicks to Matthews. Uses the drop step. The kick out to Aldridge. Out of bounds. Trailblazers ball as Portland keeps possession. Not even look now for Portland. J.J. Hickson, he's checked in for Leonard. Jeffries comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. And Elliott Williams subs in for Wesley Matthews. Dallas also making some changes. Chris Kaman is checked in for Brand. Nowitzki comes in for Sean Marion. And it's Collison in for O.J. Mayo. Mavericks trailed by 4. Outside Collison. He dishes it to West. And stolen by Williams. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Jeffries fended by West. Nowitzki with the steal. Carter drives in. Great D that time from Batum.
+5 on the boards already here in the first quarter. They've gotten after it.
Yeah, that's a great sign in this game. If they're going to continue to rebound the ball like this, I think they're in great shape.
There's a good screen. Lillard with it. Picked up by Collison. Tries from 10. Can't hit. Now Dallas takes it the other way. Here's Carter. Rebound by Williams.
He has just disappeared this quarter, not making a mark at all offensively.
And I'm sure he's ready to put this quarter behind him and quickly.
Now here's Williams. 43 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Can't cash in from close range. Here's Carter. The shot's good. Collison making the play. Collison's got 5 assists in the game.
You know, he got one step ahead of the defense on that one. Excellent job.
Hickson sets the screen for Lillard. Loses the defender with the screen and drills the jumper. Lillard's got his second basket of the night. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Feeds it to Carter. He passes it to Keenan. Shoots over Hickson. And it's Keenan missing.
That's his comfort zone, so defensively, really nice job challenging the shot.
And we reached the end of the first quarter. Trailblazers. And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Trailblazers, guys, what do you think?
So difficult to get a shot off against this defense. They are really playing hard.
Yeah, they're playing hard and they pride themselves on making. Well, I tell you what, how about that, guy? This fella can rock the rim big time.
That is just brute force, Steve.
Yeah, he's the last guy you want to see coming down the lane with a head of steam.
And the replay, of course, presented by Sprite. What a play. Mavericks trailed by 6. Outside Collison. That drive by Carter. The shot by Collison. Nails the wide-open jump shot. The Trailblazers shooting 59% up to this point. They're working for great shots, and they're hitting them.
Darren Collison out of UCLA. Very, very fast point guard. Likes to score. Loves to get into the paint and shoot little mid-range shots or get all the way to the rim. A good playmaker, not a great one, but with his quickness, you know he can create opportunities for his teammates.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. LaMarcus Aldridge has checked in for Leonard. And Wesley Matthews subbed in for Elliott Williams. And Dallas also making a switch. O.J. Mayo, he's checked in for Darren Collison. Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Well, guys, the Portland Trailblazers, a team that's gone through its share of turmoil, from front office turnover to injuries to their star players, but franchise big man LaMarcus Aldridge says that he loves the chemistry they have in the locker room, saying, quote, "There's no egos. Everyone just wants to win, and we have a bunch of guys who know their role, who are happy in their role." That's been hard in the past. We've had guys who wanted more, and that can mess up chemistry. I like this team a lot. We have great chemistry, get along well, and I feel we are going to win a lot of games, too. Kevin, we'll see.
A lot of talent, Doris. They're keeping them all working together. J.J. Hickson, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Lillard comes in for Nolan Smith. Chris Kamen's checked in for the Mavericks. Lillard, terrific design on a big play. He lays it in. Lillard's got 6.
And you look at Collison, he's a deceptive shooter. He's got deep range. I mean, he shoots a lot more deep 2s than he does 3s, but he shoots them well, both of them. I think he might benefit if he took a few more 3s and forced defenders to come out on him because he's got excellent speed off the dribble.
Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Carter for 3, no good. Now Portland takes it the other way.
He just hasn't been able to build any momentum in this game. He's got to find something out there.
Here's Matthews. The dish to Jeffries. Back to Matthews. Lillard. Into J.J. Hickson. And stolen by Mayo.
That's foul number 2, and I think he's got to be really careful not to pick up the 3rd before the half. Take a look at what Mayo's been doing. He's got 8 points and 2 steals.
On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe.
When you go back and you look at the numbers from last season, he knocked down about 77% of his free throws.
Elliott Williams checks in for Wesley Matthews. The Mavericks also with a sub. Collison's out there.
One thing you can say about Portland fans, they love their Blazers. This has traditionally been one of the toughest places to play in the NBA because of that rabid fan base.
Williams kicks to Hickson. Just 5 on the clock. Takes a 3. That's good. Williams has got 5.
You cannot back that far off of a guy. I mean, I don't care who he is. These guys are pros. They all can shoot. D up.
And you can hear it as soon as you step into the Rose Garden here. Clark, you and I, when we got here today, you know, this group of fans, this base, they love their Blazers up here.
Some of the best fans in all of basketball, and the Blazers will put on the show for the fans here. I mean, especially last year, they were much better at scoring points at home than they were on the road. There was a 10-point differential between home scoring and road scoring for this team.
That is something else. Trailblazers leading by 4. Here's Lillard. He has 7. Dishes it to Babbitt. Outside Williams. There's the dish to Hickson. Over Kaman. The shot by Hickson, no good. Mavericks trailed by 4. Carter, the pass to West. Some nice passing here by Dallas. There's Collison, and it's Dallas with another.
He was really a non-factor in that first quarter, but he's found a way to step it up here.
Now, here's Lillard. He's covered by Collison. Williams kicks to Lillard. Cuts to the middle. That is good. Lillard's got 9.
Yeah, we're now starting to see them get some high percentage shots in the paint.
Yeah, that's 5 of their last 6 buckets inside the lane, so they're getting really high percentage looks down there.
And it's Carter missing. Trailblazers leading by 4. Now Lillard. He's got 9. Lets it go with a 3. Rebound by Delonte West. West has got 4 rebounds in this game. Carter for 3. And it's Carter again missing.
Not his best quarter. I mean, the shots just haven't fallen for him.
Now, here's Lillard. He's covered by Collison. There's the pass to Babbitt. Out of bounds, Dallas will take possession.
Where was he going with that pass? I mean, that's just an awful turnover.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Batum's checked in. Mavericks trailed by 4. Here's Collison. He sinks the 11-footer. Collison's got 10 points in the game. The Trailblazers have gone 5 of 7 from the field here in the second. Hickson a screen on Collison. Lillard with it, and it's Carter picking him up. Here's Hickson, and stolen by Kaman. And now, running up the court, West pushing it up. He gathers, he nails it, and we're tied up.
And all these turnovers have left their defense really vulnerable.
Yeah, no time to get set, Steve, and they've given up a lot of buckets that way.
Lillard with it, working on Collison. Lillard dishes to Hickson. Good. 5 points in the game.
Boy, you can't just let a team run amok on you inside the paint like that. You got to show some fight and some force.
It's one of my favorite words, Clark. Amok. They are running amok. It's time for them to start playing harder defensively.
Jared Jeffries, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Knocked loose, and that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. Collison, the pass to Nowitzki. Nowitzki off a screen from Kaman. Jumper off the screen, and Dallas again with the bucket.
Ran him right off the tough pick there, and that freed him up for the jab.
Lillard with it. He's got 9. And Batum kicks to Williams. It's stolen by West. Gets it to go. West has got 6.
And turnovers always a factor. They become a big factor in this game.
Yeah, points off turnovers always a key in any game, and you see that's the case right now.
Here's Lillard and the powerful one-handed slam.
Boy, taking it hard to the rack for the big throwback.
And giving unofficial assist, Clark, to his teammate for setting the screen that freed him up.
Yeah, good call, Kevin. That was really the key to the play. Damian Lillard, one of the top point guards in this year's draft. He's really more of a scorer than a classic pure point. In fact, he led the nation in scoring a season ago. But very dangerous, great penetrator, and he can knock down the outside shot.
Kicks to Batum. Pass to Lillard. Here's the screen. Into J.J. Hickson. Nowitzki with the steal. Here's West. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Well, West is a tough, gritty combo guard. He's got the ability to handle the ball and play the point. Also big enough to guard twos at the other end. Good defender, good offensive player, just a solid guy all the way around.
Yeah, he really is an outstanding all-around guard. He's an old-school guard to me. Just simply can do everything you want your guard to do. Well-rounded, can shoot it, can drive it, can pass it, can defend, rebounds from that position. He stuffs the stat sheet, no doubt. And you know what, guys? For Lillard at Weber State, he was asked to be the primary scorer out of necessity. I mean, sometimes guys in that position can reveal themselves to be much more prolific passers at the pro level than they were able to in college just because of the need for them to score.
Smith with it. West picks him up. Post shot. Blocked. And it's out of bounds. The Trailblazers able to retain possession here. And stolen by Mayo. It's a look. And it's Dallas with another.
Another bucket off a turnover. They actually are really beating themselves out there.
Yeah, they're making things difficult on themselves with all the mistakes they're making. Too many turnovers.
Aldridge sets up the pick now for Smith. To stop the run. And then back dunk.
And for a point guard, you love LUV. That finish. Wow.
Yeah, he's really been able to get off his feet and sky. Something to watch.
Incredible athleticism, both laterally and vertically.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Brick. Doris, over to you.
Thank you, guys. Dirk Nowitzki, one of the league's top stars, but he hasn't always been one to embrace the spotlight off the court. He's negotiated all his own contracts and has turned down countless offers to endorse various products. Asked why he didn't take advantage of those opportunities, he said, "I always wanted to be a basketball player. Nothing more, nothing less." Kevin, you love a low-maintenance superstar.
You said it, Doris. Thanks.
You know, a lot of people predicted that the Mavericks defense would really collapse without Tyson Chandler last year after he left for New York as a free agent. But their defensive numbers were solid. They were really good. So the structure and the foundation that Rick Carlisle has built has been able to withstand some of those personnel losses.
Well, you look at the stats for the Mavs, Steve, and Dallas, second-best team in the West when it came to opponent field goal percentage. Clark, that's a very good mark for them.
Excellent mark, Kevin, and they've come a real long way from when the Mavericks were viewed as a team that only scores and doesn't really play any deep. Rick Carlisle, one of the outstanding coaches in the league, really helped reshape them.
And as Steve said, that's including losing Chandler.
Yeah.
You know, they were able to still play good D.
That's right.
Back to West. The feed to Carter. West outside. With nobody on him, he parries the jumper. West has got 14 points for the game.
What an incredible quarter he's having. He's unstoppable right now.
Here's Smith. Pass to Babbitt. Back to Smith. Smith left side. Shot clock at 6. Aldridge, no luck.
And you got to like the defense inside, really protecting the rim.
Challenging shots and making his presence felt around the rim, that's exactly what he can give you.
Mayo dishing to West. Back to Mayo. Out to Carter. Launches a 3. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
That's been a struggle for him offensively tonight, and they'd love to have his production out there.
Here's Smith. On the 3 off target. Mavericks leading by 5. He feeds it to Kaman. Carter outside. Dallas moving the ball around. West kicks to Kaman. Back to West. He kicks it to Kaman. It's Mayo on the way. 14 feet away. No good. Now Portland takes it the other way. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Smith the pass to Aldridge. And the layup falls. Aldridge has got 7 points here in this quarter.
You love the way he searched for good shots all game long.
And Marion gets it to go.
Boy, what a significant turnaround here in the second quarter. after only making 40% from the field in the first.
Smith kicks to Aldridge. Shot's good. Aldridge has got 19 points.
They continue to barrel their way inside, and when's the defense going to adjust?
Well, I'm asking the same question myself, partner. I mean, that's 8 points out of the last 10 coming inside.
West against Smith. It's O.J. Mayo on the wing. Here's West. Carter with the three. No good on the buzzer beater. And a tight game here as we end the first half.
Now, presented by Sprint. Halftime at the Rose Garden in a close one. Welcome, everyone. I'm Damon Bruce. Mavericks playing well up to the break. Their second unit giving them instant offense. They've gone to their bench for scoring, and they've answered the call. Their top scorer, Delonte West. How's that for a shooting percentage? 100. Yes, 100% from the court. Not too bad.
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far.
Well, how about LaMarcus Aldridge in this one? He's got 19 points and 1 assist. How about the way he dominated that first half? I mean, offensively, he carried.
I don't see how he can possibly maintain that level of play in the second half, but we'll see.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, Sean Marion and Dirk Nowitzki, both excellent players at the forward spots. Mayo out there with Collison, and it's Kaman in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Hicks and dishes to Matthews. Aldridge with a screen on Mayo. Batum for three, and that one's good. Batum's got 8 points.
And defensively, remember, you got to fight through screens to avoid giving up open looks.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Steve. And the defense has to go over the top of that screen. I think that's how they get it done.
Marion kicks to Nowitzki. He dishes it to Mayo. Feeds it to Kaman. Outside Collison. Over Hickson. And there's the rejection.
And offensively, they have yet to hit a shot. Slow start here to the second half.
The kick out to Matthews. Launches it. And that's collected by Nowitzki. The Mavericks have gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second half.
Well, Wes Matthews came in as an undrafted free agent out of Marquette. Not really a household name, but a good two-way player. He can score, and he's a very tough, active defender.
And Lillard kicks to Batum. Dishes to Hickson. He passes to Lillard. The dish to Matthews. Goes straight up. No luck. Excellent D there for Mayo. And Matthews first signed by the Jazz, but, Portland liked what they saw in him, and they slashed him away with a front-loaded mid-level contract.
Yeah, pretty bold move there, but I think his play has lived up to that investment, and it certainly paid off for him. I mean, to go undrafted, and now he's making more than most of the first-rounders who entered the NBA the same time he did. That's a heck of a move by Matthews.
Now, here's Lillard. He's got 13. Sinks that one from the post. Lillard's got 4 points now in the quarter.
That's where you like to get shots, inside and close to the hoop.
Outside Mayo. The pass to Nowitzki. Matthews with the steal. And here's Batum, but they recover it. Lets the three fly, and Matthews with the basket on the assist by Lillard. Matthews has got his second bucket tonight. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Outside Collison. Nowitzki. On the wing, Mary. Defended by Batum. Pulls it up. They get the rebound. Nowitzki's shot's good.
Excellent job carving out space under the glass to make that putback possible.
Trailblazers have gone 4-7 to get things started here in the second half. Lillard gets the screen from Aldridge. Now Lillard, 15 points in the game. Into J.J. Hickson. Nowitzki with the steal. Good look. And it's Mayo, that time on the assist by Collison. Collison's got 9 assists now tonight. Lillard with it, picked up by Collison. And Lillard kicks to Matthews. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
And the damage they're doing from three-point range here in the second half is amazing.
Yeah, I mean, they're always a threat to spray home some threes now, but not like this.
Nowitzki kicks to Collison. Nowitzki sets a screen for Collison. Oh, what a play!
Oh, look at that.
That is a
Bringing down the house.
Dixon a screen on Collison. And Lillard kicks to Aldridge. 6 to shoot. Dixon passes to Lillard. Fires the three. Count that one. Lillard's got 18 points in the game. Mavericks trailed by 3.
You know, guys, one of the reasons Dallas did not re-sign Tyson Chandler last year was they wanted to preserve some cap space. And they had Dwight Howard in mind, but Dallas has had to use their cap space elsewhere. But, you know, the key was just developing enough flexibility to give them a lot of different options. And I think that's always a factor for any NBA team.
I think they gave him a little too much room there. I mean, that was all he needed to rise up and punch that one down.
Yeah, he's going to jump at those chances, guys.
Yeah, that's what he does. He is a high flyer.
Here's Nowitzki. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Lillard's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Dallas, to me, Steve, always seems a team very much.
Huge play.
Well, this fella can rise up there with the best of them.
Just a crazy finish, guys.
He's one of the few players with the athleticism to pull that off.
That was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Sprite. Collison dishes to Nowitzki over Aldridge. And the basket by Nowitzki. Nowitzki's got 13.
He's been hot for most of this game, and if he keeps it up, his team could turn things around.
And Lillard kicks to Matthews. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
Now, the offensive efficiency has been really important. I think that's been the difference.
Well, you know, I think it's pretty simplistic, but it does oftentimes come down to this, making shots. And that's what they've done.
Collison with it. 10 points for him. Shoots over Lillard. Collison, no good.
Nice little lead they're enjoying here, and they deserve it with all the work they put in on the glass.
Yeah, big margin for them in the rebounding department. They've completely dominated the boards here.
Straight up. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And LaMarcus Aldridge, a first-time All-Star last season. It was really nice to see him finally receive that distinction. A player who's embraced the leadership and franchise player role for this Blazers team.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Leonard comes in for J.J. Hickson. And Nolan Smith subbed in for Lillard. Then for the Mavericks, Elton Brand's checked in for King. Carter comes in for Dirk Nowitzki. And Delonte West is subbed in for Darren Collison. On defense, Portland. Carter kicks it to West. West off the pick from Brand. Shoots off the screen. Matthews with the rebound. Matthews has got 5 rebounds tonight. And for Aldridge approaching his prime, the Blazers have retooled their roster. Clark going younger to build around him.
And I like that because he still has another 8 to 10 years of high-level production and really being in the prime of his career during that time. They felt they were a few pieces away and looked to the draft to find those pieces.
Jared Jeffries, he's checked in for LaMarcus Aldridge. 4 on the clock. Fader on the way. Leonard kicks to Jeffries. Smith, 3-pointer, and the shot is good. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back.
Fellas, they are heating up from outside now.
Yeah, of their last 5 hoops, 3 of them have come from long range.
It's Mayo on the way. Kicks it to Marion. Back to Mayo. Right side, Mayo. To halt the run. Portland grabs the miss. Matthews has got 6 rebounds here tonight.
Well, they say control the glass, control the game. They're definitely controlling the glass.
Yeah, I agree with that. And that's been the case here tonight. Big lead they're enjoying on the glass.
Here's Batum. Leonard the pass to Batum. And Matthews kicks to Leonard. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Smith off a pick from Leonard. Pass to Batum. A second chance effort. Got it. Good job in the low post. Batum's got 7 points here in this quarter.
They've done a terrific job of getting offensive rebounds and then converting those here in the second half. I mean, it's one thing to get the offensive rebound, but they've turned them all into points.
And they needed that hoop to try to stop this run.
They just seem to keep coming up empty. They've got to slow it down and get a good shot.
Jeffries kicks to Matthews. Takes the three. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
Boy, has he picked it up in the second half. He's on fire.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. So for the Trailblazers, J.J. Hickson, he's checked in for Leonard. Aldridge comes in for Jared Jeffries. And Lillard subbed in for Nolan Smith. Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for Dallas. Collison comes in for Delonte West. Nowitzki kicks to Marion. Trying to get back on track. Batum grabs the miss. Trailblazers leading by 18. Matthews dishes to Hickson. And he bangs it home with one hand.
Just pouring it on and adding to this big lead.
Steve, they're playing outstanding basketball, and they've been doing it all game at both ends.
Collison kicks to Carter. Back to Collison. The feed to Marion. A finger roll finish at the bucket. Marion's got 4 this quarter. The Trailblazers shooting 64%. Beautiful all-around play by this offense. Here's Brand. Rips down the breakaway slam.
That's turning good defense into quick offense, Clark.
And that's the way to operate. Get up the court quickly. Don't waste any time. Whenever you have a chance to go fast.
And Batum kicks to Hickson. Nowitzki with the steal. And here we go. The Mavericks on a fast break. Here's Collison. Here's Marion. And they will get the basket here, folks, as they rule goaltending.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
Crowd not happy at all with that call, Clark.
You know what? I hope these officials, Steve, have thick skin, and I know they do because they're hearing it on that call.
Elliot Williams checks in for Portland. Then for the Mavericks, Chris Kamen's checked in for Brand, and it's Mayo in for Sean Marion. Nowitzki, that's for 2, and he connects with the jumper. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back.
They've really caused a lot of trouble with their defense, and it's paying dividends for them at the other end.
Well, it's the old saying, good defense lead to good offense, and there's no question that's the case right now.
Now, here's Lillard. He's guarded closely. 5 on the clock, and it's out of bounds off the Blazers as the Portland Trailblazers retain possession. Wesley Matthews checked in for Elliot Williams. Batum sets a screen for Lillard. Clock is at 3. And he can't stop the run as he misses.
Boy, that was way behind the line. Now, he can make that at times.
He certainly is one of the guys that can actually do it from there.
And his mechanics are just all out of whack now. He just has no feel for his shot.
Well, his numbers certainly back that fact up. I mean, he has gone ice cold here.
Kept alive. Trailblazers leading by 12. Passes to Aldridge. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Well, you allow them to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, I think you got to foul them, and free throws are better than a layup.
The Trailblazers have shot the ball well from the free throw line, 8 of 9.
Well, how about last season? They shot 80% as a team from the free throw line. That's an impressive number.
And you know, a lot of times, guys, in some of their performances last year, their free throw numbers helped them win games.
Collison off the pick from Nowitzki. Collison, the pass to Nowitzki. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. Collison's got 10 assists here tonight. So active. And Lillard kicks to Matthews. He gets it up. He beats the buzzer with a fantastic shot.
Major guts right there, fellas. I mean, that's what it takes to bear.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Trailblazers lead by 14. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. Fourth quarter getting going here. It's time for the Sprite Uncontainable Game. Doris Burke with the report. Hi, Doris.
And Kevin, for that great stretch the Trailblazers put together, they get the Uncontainable Game Award. They came out of halftime completely rededicated to the defensive end, and that allowed them to gain this advantage. Definitely a game changer as they head to the fourth.
Thank you, Doris. And how many times, guys, do we see a run like this become the difference maker in the outcome of a game?
Well, that usually is the case, Kevin, when one team can get on a run like they did, where they just feel so dominant offensively. More often than not, that's going to be the difference in the game.
And in this game, even at the very beginning of that run, you could sense the momentum getting ready to take a huge swing. And swing it did, fellas. Swing it did.
Batum and Aldridge are small and power forwards. Lillard and Matthews pair up in the backcourt. And it's Hickson in at the center position. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. Vince Carter, he's checked in for Chris Kaman. Collison kicks to Murray. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two.
You know, last year, Portland looked like one of the better teams in the West early on, and then things went south. And it became more a case of what was in store for the future for the Blazers as they started to go into rebuilding mode.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Leonard's checked in, and Dallas with a change here too. Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for Elton Brand. And Matthews kicks to Aldridge. Outside, Batum gets the three-pointer to fall. Batum's got 10 points in just the second half. But, Steve, they knew how to commit to rebuilding, getting back to the Blazers, and they opened up some space and got part what they eventually needed.
Yeah, Kevin, trading Gerald Wallace away helped as it got them another pick in the draft, and between that one and their own, they were able to bring in a lot of young talent.
Puts it up, and Carter with the basket on the assist by Collison. And that's 10 points for Vince Carter. Trailblazers leading by 16. Aldridge left side. He feeds it to Lillard. Aldridge with a screen on Collison. Here's Lillard. Back to Aldridge. Marion with the steal. He kicks to Mayo. Gets it to go. Mayo's got 19 points.
That was a nice finish to an excellent possession.
Trailblazers have gotten all three of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. A three from Matthews. That's good. And the Trailblazers lead by 17.
Another open look from outside. The defense is really struggling to close out on the shooters.
Yeah, making them pay, doing it from long range.
Here's Carter. And the Mavericks getting another bucket right there. Here's Lillard. Aldridge sets up the pick now for Lillard. Lillard gets the screen from Leonard. Clock at 6. Lillard misses.
Well, with that much space off the pick, you've got to drop that in.
Yeah, you got to make that one. I mean, that's a high-quality shot you should make 9 out of 10 times.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That's his 5th foul for the Trailblazers. Hickson comes in for Leonard. And Nolan Smith subbed in for Lillard. Chris Kaman's checked in for Dallas. And it's out of bounds to the Mavericks as Dallas retains possession. Nowitzki outside. Back to Collison. He dishes it to Kaman. Shot clock at 5. Gets it to go. And that's 18 points for Marion. Trailblazers leading by 13. Smith outside. Hickson sets the screen for Smith. Feeds to Aldridge. And stolen by Kaman. Matthews with the steal. To the inside. Tipped. Now here's Collison. Dishes it to Marion. The shot. Hickson grabs the board. Hickson's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Smith with it, picked up by Collison. Smith dishes to Matthews. The dish to Hickson.
He's a bit short for the power forward spot, but his great leaping ability more than makes up for it.
That was a nice replay, brought to you by Sprite. Mavericks trailed by 15. And here's Collison. Nowitzki with the screen on Smith. Now the pass to Marion. And it's Sean Marion again missing. Trailblazers leading by 15. Smith outside. He passes to Hickson. The kick out to Matthews. Just 4 to shoot. A stupendous finish in traffic. And now it's up to 25 points for Aldridge. The Mavericks have gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. Outside Collison. Back to Nowitzki. Aldridge on him. Fade away. And it's Portland with the rebound. They led the game at 1 point by 20. Hickson passes to Aldridge. Gets it to go. Aldridge has got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, that's been nice, efficient work, guys, that he's been doing. I mean, we haven't seen him take many bad shots, and that's the sign of a mature, poised player.
Puts it up from 12, and he knocks down the jumper. And that's 12 points for Collison. Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over.
Well, last season was a disjointed one for Blazer fans, but, you know, they support their team so well that even last season, they had that frenzied atmosphere in Rip City. That's why it's one of the toughest places in the league to play.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Mayo's checked in. Carter against Batum. A baseline jam. Can't get it to go. Mavericks trailed by 17. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
I got to find something, you're right. Unhindered, going all the way. And Hickson throws it down.
Don't do that to him. That was fantastic. Wow.
And Clark, the degree of difficulty.
Major.
That was amazing.
Now Collison. And Portland, you look at the city, and it's all about the Blazers, certainly. And they're the main attraction up there, certainly in the Pacific Northwest now with no Seattle. It's all Blazer basketball. And the fans, Clark, really support them in a major way.
And it makes a big difference, Kevin. You know that, a live building where the fans are behind you. Even in a down year for the Blazers, they were tough at the Rose Garden. They won 20 and lost 13 there, and part of it is because of the way the fans respond to it.
Shot clock at 3. Lets it go from the wing. And it's Smith missing. Mavericks trailed by 19. Collison inside, defended by Batum. Collison, no good. The Trailblazers have gone 8 of 11 from the field in the final period. Great shooting down the stretch. Here's Smith. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
They've got to offer more resistance inside. Just too many easy buckets in the paint.
Yeah, Steven, that's the top priority for any defense. You got to protect the paint.
Outside Collison. Here's Nowitzki. Hits it. Well done in the second effort. Nowitzki's got 12 points in just the second half.
You know, it's easy to take him for granted because we're so used to seeing him make those kinds of plays.
Smith, no luck, and the Mavericks going the other way now. Collison with it. Kicks it to Nowitzki. Over Aldridge. That's good for Nowitzki on the assist by Collison. 21 points for Nowitzki.
Well, when you combine Dirk's height with his touch and his release, which is basically behind his head, he becomes impossible to defend. And unless he's just missing his jump shot that night, you're in for a long night.
Especially when you couple it with his knack for playing with his back to the basket when he wants to. Often Dirk can catch it on the low block, lean into a defender to create some space, and then the next thing you know, he's up in the air knocking down that jumper.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Lillard's checked in, and Dallas with a change here too. Marion's checked in. Collison kicks to Kaman. It's off his leg, and the official saying it was kicked. Batum with the steal.
That steal is just another highlight of what's been a dominant performance at both ends.
Aldridge, no luck.
That would have been a nice alley-oop there.
Well, you got to love the effort, though. Almost showtime.
Collison kicks to Miller. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
How about the nice, exquisite timing on that alley-oop? Well done.
Yeah, two teammates in total sync right there. You're right.
Very harmonic.
Oh, man, it was beautiful. The pass was delivered right to the hoop. Set up that jam.
Lillard dishes to Aldridge. Outside Matthews. Back to Aldridge. Over Nowitzki. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him two chances at the free throw line here.
And you look at LaMarcus Aldridge, he's always had good height for his position, 6'11", but he's done a nice job filling out that frame.
And Steve, you look at Aldridge's improvement, he's left no stone unturned.
Yeah, I think the last step for Aldridge is to improve his post passing. Kevin, he's a wonderful scorer down on the block. He can step away and make jump shots. But if he can become a better passer out of that double team, he will be a complete offensive weapon.
And here are the Mavericks now. Mayo kicks to Collison. Back to Mayo. Mayo off the pick from Nowitzki. 6 on the shot clock. From 15 feet away, here's Kaman. Dumps it down.
He spoke loud on making a statement that play.
Yeah, that was brute force battling for the offensive board, then taking it right back up there.
That's just all about strength and energy, guys.
And Batum kicks to Lillard. Lillard gets the screen from Aldridge. Lillard the pass to Aldridge. Over Marion. Batum dishes to Hickson. Batum against Mayo. And Batum kicks to Lillard. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Aldridge sets up the pick now for Matthews. Pass to Aldridge. And finally they hit one. Aldridge has got 9 points in the quarter.
Anytime they've needed a hoop, he's taken over one shot after another. Boy, is he playing well.
Shot by Mayo is no good.
That's excellent defense right there on the perimeter.
And Matthews kicks to Lillard. Now the feed to Batum. Wesley Matthews on the wing. Passes it to Aldridge. Out of bounds, Dallas will take possession.
Difficult to explain that turnover. I mean, I guess he thought he had more room than he did, but he really lost his place on the court.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Jared Jeffries, who's checked in for Aldridge. Luke Babbitt comes in for Nicholas Batum. Elliott Williams checks in for Wesley Matthews. And Nolan Smith is subbed in for Lillard. And Dallas also making the switch. Vince Carter, he's checked in for Sean Marion. .56 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Pushes up. And it's Kaman missing.
I like the work there, contesting that shot that looked like it was going to be easy, but they forced the miss.
You know what? He got it in close, but couldn't finish in traffic.
And that should definitely do it. Now it's starting to get out of hand.
Yeah, they're not just running to the finish line. They're running through the finish line right here. They're piling it on a bit.
Collison kicks to Mayo. He feeds it to Nowitzki. Back to Mayo. Shoots the three. Rebound by Smith. Portland's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Williams with the ball. Now Mayo defending. Williams against Mayo. Williams inside. And again, it's Portland converting.
Well, the outcome is not in question now. They've got it all wrapped up.
Agreed. I mean, they're just looking to simply run the clock out now.
Collison, the pass to Nowitzki. He kicks to Mayo. The three is launched. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Dirk Nowitzki. And Portland has possession. And so Portland takes this one up by a big margin. They put on a show tonight, thoroughly